What's going on, everybody? So, the new details released for the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus A2VM. Man, I'd rather say Lenovo Legion Go 60 times instead of reading that again. So, the first MSI Claw, without a doubt, without question, completely failed. The thing was pretty much a DOA for most people right out of the gate, mainly because it didn't have notable specs in contrast of other handhelds out there, like the ROG Ally, Legion Go, and most importantly, the Steam Deck. But now we have a refresh from MSI in the form of the Claw 8 AI Plus. Now, I have the specs here. Apparently, it's going to come with an Intel Core Ultra 7 processor Series 2 with up to 47 NPU, Windows 11 Home, not Pro. I want them to put Pro in there so I can disable specific settings on Windows, but Home doesn't let you do a lot of stuff, unfortunately. And it seems like the MSI Claw 8 comes with a display of 8 inches FHD Plus, which is 1920 by 1200. So it doesn't even have as much resolution as last year's Legion Go at 1600p. And the display only has 120 hertz, not like 144 hertz with the Legion Go. But the MSI Claw 8's screen is VRR, so it has variable refresh rate, which is exactly what I wanted for the Legion Go. But unfortunately, the Legion Go does not come with VRR. But the 1600p screen, along with the portrait mode display, similar to the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus, has a portrait mode display as well. And the integrated graphics is Intel Arc 140V, so it will have an integrated GPU similar to the Steam Deck and all of those other handhelds, because you can't fit an actual GPU in there. And the storage capacity is a 2230 SSD slot. So the MSI Claw 8 is taking a step back with 2230 opposed to 2280, similar to the ROG Ally X. And I think this is a tragedy. I think this is going to hold it back in terms of speed and performance and longevity. And also, obviously, with how much storage you can actually store inside of the MSI Claw 8. So that means you can have right out the gate a 4 terabyte 2280 SSD inside of the Claw 8. You would have to have something like a 1.5 or a 2 terabyte, because that's mostly what you can find nowadays. And as for the RAM, it will come with LPDDR5X 8533. That is a lot of numbers and letters, I am sorry. But this new handheld by MSI will feature 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5X. That is incredible. Not only is this one of the fastest types of RAM on the market, but you will get a full 32 gigabytes, which will make your play sessions in terms of performance pretty much limitless. And it's going to have Bluetooth 5.4 and Wi-Fi 7, along with RGB A, B, X, Y buttons, RGB L and R, Hall effect analog sticks. And it seems like it's using a similar D-pad from the first MSI Claw. And yes, there is more. Obviously, this handheld will feature motion controls, along with a fingerprint scanner similar to the ROG Ally. And I think the fingerprint scanner of the ROG Ally is incredible. I hate signing in with my PIN or password on my Legion Go every single time. I enjoy the ROG Ally's fingerprint security very much. And without further ado, the battery will be 80 watt hours, identical to the ROG Ally X. And the ROG Ally X, from what I've tested, pretty much lasts all day if you play the right game. The 80 watt hour battery should be a new gold standard, similar to what a lot of other people are saying. And for me, this next part is the most important. The MSI Claw 8 Plus is going to weigh 795 grams. That is 155 grams heavier than the Steam Deck OLED. That is surprisingly heavy, and for reference, the Legion Go is about 800 grams, and that thing is monstrous. It is the heaviest handheld I've ever held in my hands, but of course you can detach the controllers, which makes it a lot lighter, probably lighter than the MSI Claw 8 Plus will be altogether. So yeah, the MSI Claw 8 Plus. First of all, that name just isn't for me, but the most important question is, exactly who is the MSI Claw 8 Plus for? Because this handheld is $900. Now, you can get laptops that are higher end for less money than that. It seems like the handheld market is fusing into the laptop spectrum with its prices, because $900 is not for me. I am never willing to spend that much on a handheld, even though this seems promising with all of its incredible specs. If you get these type of specs with a laptop, the laptop will most likely be close to $1,000 as well, but except you'll be able to put this thing in your pocket, again, if you have giant cargo pants. But I am pleasantly surprised and impressed by all of these specs, honestly. The only thing that's holding this system back is its price. most likely within the first month, that price is going to lower by $50 and they're going to sell it for $850, which is a lot more appealing to me. So I'll just wait for a sale and possibly get it because I've always wanted an Intel handheld. I have so many AMD handhelds, I'm sick of them. I just want to see what Intel could bring to the table. Now, in terms of who this handheld is for, I think it's for pretty much normal tech enthusiasts, just the curious tinkerer like myself. I don't think I go to a computer store and look at the price and say, nope, this is not for me. I look at the specs and then I think about the price. And first and foremost, the Claw 8 specs are incredibly impressive. So the price isn't too bad considering what it can do. You can fully replace a laptop, computer, or even a desktop with these crazy specs. The Claw 8 seems to be the most well-rounded handheld in terms of specs, but the price needs to catch up. And I know that MSI didn't do so well with their first handheld, so it's obvious that they're just trying to catch up and also catch up in terms of financial gain. But again, I don't think the MSI Claw is going to be anything to lose sleep over. It's not really going to change the game in any way. It is the most high-spec handheld out there, and it will be the most powerful handheld if they optimize it correctly. But most likely Intel is not going to optimize this handheld very well, and there are most likely going to be a huge amount of glitches and DOA systems from the get-go, considering they're probably making this handheld with cheaper parts. And the MSI Claw 8 is still all vent. If you look at the back, the thing has vents everywhere. I kind of hate that. I know it most likely will run cold because of it, but I don't think it's very comfortable to hold. I want to hold a solid handheld, not something that's shallow or has a bunch of holes in it. In terms of aesthetic, that's just something I don't like. And also the design of the Claw 8 seems very prototype-ish. It looks like something you fly a third-party drone with. The aesthetic isn't as impressive as something like the ROG Ally or even the Legion Go. I think the Legion Go looks great and it has its own personal touch, while the Claw 8 seems like it's taking from the first Claw, which also took from the ROG Ally, so it doesn't look very original in my opinion once again. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the MSI Claw 8. The name is just horrible. I absolutely hate the name that MSI picked for it. I don't know what they were thinking. And why even call it Claw 8? I mean, where's 2 through 7? I don't see anything in the specs that tell me exactly why it's called the Claw number 8. I mean, it does have an 8-inch screen. Maybe that's the reason. But besides that, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a good one. Later.